is to the 78th Annual Peanut Festival Court of Exotic Destinations. Welcome.
Good evening. Thank you for having us. I'm Carolyn Palacios, and I am this year's president for the Forestville Peanut Festival Association. And as you stated, you're going to meet our new court this year, the Court of Exotic Destination, and I will let each of them introduce themselves.
Good evening. I'm Carolina Estrada, First Row Princess, Court of the Exotic Destinations. We are all honored to be a part of the 78th Annual Peanut Festival this year. Now the rest of the court will introduce themselves.
Hi, I am King-elect Weldon Espio.
Hi, I'm Princess-elect Ariana Guzman.
Hi, I'm Princess-elect Cadence Ward.
Hi, I'm Prince-elect Brad Meath.
Hi, I'm Prince-elect Miguel Borrego.
Hello, I'm Eliana Hinojosa, Princess-elect.
Hello, I'm John Cole, Prince-elect.
Again, thank you for your time this evening. We would love to have y'all join us at our festival this year, October 4th through the 8th, with many activities including Goober Games, the Kitty Parade, our Grand Parade, and street dancing. And we would love to see you there. We brought goodie bags for each of y'all, and we hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. And then we'd also love to have a picture with y'all. So I guess once we get these bags to you, we'll stand over by the flags. And then
Where do you want it?
you don't want to go ahead.
This is great.
Yeah, right where the flags are. You want to go there?
Come on in.
Y'all, get you in there. Okay, let me have
Somebody
yeah, there you go. And then let's get one more of you over on that side.
Probably scoot that.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, there you go. Can you get us?
Kind of give it a turn. Everybody give it a turn.
Maybe a little more.
Yeah, a little bit more. Scooch in a little
Probably
bit.
you would a little bit.
Yeah, let's go in a little. There we go.
There we go.
You got it?
Thank y'all so
Thank
much.
y'all so much. Thank you for having us, and we do look forward to seeing y'all, and we appreciate y'all's continued support.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming. I'm glad to see you.
That was like the perfect amount of little bag.
Welcome. This is fun.
You guys meet you one.
You'll have a good time.
Thank you all.
Right here.
Good to see you. Bye. Bye-bye, y'all.
So, thank you for your support.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Glad y'all came. Come anytime.
Yes, I'll get the picture and I will send you in order. Thank you.
I recognize a couple of them also.
Yeah, no, I did check it. I don't know.
Okay, citizens input, we have none tonight, so we'll move on to the consent agenda items. The minutes, they looked right to me, I didn't notice anything missing. And I forgot we met so many times together. There was a couple things on the financial report I just wanted to point out to you, that on the check disbursement register, the B tax transfer to the Poth Economic Development Fund was very nice, $75.79. That's good. That means there's good sales happening in the city. And then if you look at the City of Poth monthly budget report, our current delinquent and P&I tax receipts, and we're addressing, this is why I want us to address this in the workshop. That's why I just want to point it out. I think we need to be real careful about what we're budgeting for delinquent and P&I because we're not reaching that anymore. It's coming to it's coming in at the first and we're just not getting that. So I just think we need to be wise when we're budgeting because I think we're gonna be about 11,000 short. 10 or 11,000 short. I mean, unless all of the budgeted taxes, current taxes come in, because we're like 2,700 short and 1,600 short, plus 6,000 short.
Yeah, we look correct.
I think so. Okay, so, well, so it still might be 3,000 or 4,000 down, so we just want to pay attention to that when we're doing the, yeah. And then if you notice on our sales tax, we're doing really well there. And we're just kind of throwing numbers around, it looks like we might be over 25,000 to 30,000. So that's nice to know. We're doing, sales are happening, and that, you know, even the online sales benefit us. So whatever's sold here, we get that benefit. So just FYI. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out, just because that was, I thought, something to think about and be smart about. And then when you go to the waterworks revenues, that tells me that the city of Poth is pumping over 50% more water than it did in 2021.
That's good.
So,
Is that thanks to the river reads, I guess?
May uses in 2022 is 12.537 million gallons versus 21, 6.818 million gallons. So it's a lot more water being used, a lot more water. So that means the revenue is going to be greater, but just those were numbers that I thought were interesting to pay attention to tonight. Anyway, so consent agenda items, I'd like a motion.
That motion to review or approve?
Approved.
Approve. Second.
All in favor? Great. We have the lease terms for the oil and gas lease agreement and the water agreement with Recoil Resources. They are, remember we looked at the summary page and they agreed to everything that we had talked to about, the 1 year, $300 per acre for $40,824 payable. And then the 1 year or primary term as producing minerals, oil and gas only, and paying quantities, 500 monthly. Well, they changed it to mineral acre language, and but it's still, our net payment would be the same, $500. But they agreed to all of that, and then to the 25 cents water per barrel. So I would entertain a motion to approve these lease terms.
I have one question, and I'll give you a buck on this. Got thinking about using the gray water to frack these wells. Is there any off chance that might contaminate our drinking water? No. I'm just worried what happens if it goes wrong.
Well, we have insurance. There is insurance. I mean, that doesn't make our water great, but it is insurance.
So it's like, what happens if there's contamination in water? Because it'll go drill through the Carrizo, don't it? Or Carrizo's further? So the drill through the Carrizo, what happens if there's a malfunction, all that gray water gets into the drinking water? Could we shoot ourselves in the foot?
I don't think so, because for one thing, it is, yes, it is gray water in there, that is, but ours is. Dean, would you like to address this? I see you sitting up forward.
I'm just letting that thing in, my brain starts working.
I'm sorry, can you repeat it one more time?
So my question is, since we're using gray water for fracking, are we drilling through the Carrizo or above the Carrizo, underneath the Carrizo, or?
Everyone's drilling through the Carrizo.
So is there any protection for, in case there's a malfunction, that gray water gets mixed in with our drinking water?
That is all handled by the Texas Railroad Commission. There's very specific requirements to protect all fresh water. It's been in effect for years.
Okay, I'll just.
They concrete or cement around those, protect those fresh water zones that are.
Okay, I'll just.
And on the other side of the coin, the water that they're going to be taking out of our ponds is very clean water. It hasn't been treated, but they also have to go through a lot of strict requirements for the chemicals that they use to make this, what they call frac gel, to carry the sand. And that has to be very specific as well, so that it doesn't not properly gel or thicken to carry that sand. They can't have contaminants in that water that cause their frac job to fail. So that's a very good question, but everything's fine on that. Texas Railroad Commission watches it very, very closely.
Sounds good. I'll just, I hope we don't shoot ourselves in the long run.
It's part of their application permit. If you ever look online, you know where everything is. There's all sorts of verbiage in there. And one of the things is, what are they going to do? How far do they need to protect the fresh water with cement? Good question. It's safe.
Thanks, Steve. So I would like to entertain a motion to approve the lease terms for oil and gas lease agreement and the water agreement with Recoil Resources.
I make a motion to approve. Both of them.
All in favor? Thank you. Discussion action on ordinance 051622, the oil and gas drilling. And y'all were all sent a updated copy, and there's been one change added in the meanwhile, and Rose added that in our packet. It's there today, I'm sorry. This ordinance update, is it in front of all of you? No. Looking on the pile of paper in front of you. It says ordinance update, Paul, by your glasses. Yeah. So all they added was number 11, the city may accept any combination of insurance that complies with these limits and provisions. But the rest of the, she really paid attention to that meeting and put in everything we were asking her to do. So I mean, it is well done ordinance. Y'all have any,
Make a motion for the ordinance 051622 for the ordinance.
I'll second it.
all in favor? Great, thank you very much. Now we have discussion action on accepting quotes for the 2022 street seal coat project. Dean?
Okay, we sent out invitations to contractors for quotes on our 2022 street seal coat and repair project. And we received one quote from SLP Constructors Incorporated for $76,500. The good news is it's well within our budget, and I recommend approval. They've been doing this for us the last several years, and we've been monitoring their success and working with them to tweak our prescribed dosages of our oils and rock to help out. I recommend approval of this quote.
Okay, and would you also just let everybody know about thinking about the oil and trying to be better about letting it drop so there's less extra?
Would you like me to mention the names of the streets
Sure.
that are going to be applied to? So we have Hoshick, Weber, Coy, Zedek, Meckel, Flores, Park Meadow, Park High, Park View, Lessing, Seguin, St. Mary, the Hilo Pad over here by the Catholic Church, Park Road, and the parking lot by the baseball fields in the park. And that's the names of the streets. We've divided the city up into 5 areas. They're not quadrants, they're quadrants. And so every 5th year, that area will get an application applied to it. So that's the 5th area that we're going to be doing this year, and then next year will be another area, and so on and so forth. So we have a 5-year program. We're trying to get around the whole city, doing all the streets within a 5-year period. And that just happens to be the year. We didn't just pick these. We decided on this 12 years
Actually,
ago.
I think we spread it out to 6 years. couple of years ago.
There was a
Because
couple
we
of
weren't-
times, there was some instances where we had to stretch it to 6 years, but we're back on the 5 year. But anyway, so far the program's working well.
Okay, so,
What's your budget on
180, it varies depending on what the council sets up. I think it's right in that range, and I don't want to quote it exactly.
so street maintenance, our street seal coat, this year we budgeted 136,925. And this bid was 76,
76.
and then we'll have the oil, which is about 46.
That, the rock is about 46.
Rock, I'm sorry.
And the oil is probably going to be, depending on the price when we put in the order next week, 35, in that range.
So we're gonna be a little bit over, but we work out of our street maintenance as well. So we have money. Yes. Okay, so I need a motion, please.
Make a motion to accept quotes for 2022 street seal coat project. Second.
All in favor? Great. Anything, announcement, recognition. I just wanted to let you know that next month in your packet will be a public hearing is scheduled for the July meeting concerning the city's curfew ordinance. And we have to look at that every 3 years. So we'll have input from the police chief, but that'll be in your packet. So to look at that ordinance. And then we also finished the football field that they were asking to do on the other side of the Lambert Field when you're going down Maple Street on the right. That's all floodplain, and Lambert's had given that to us for a park. And that's where Mo, remember, came and talked to us about having football thing, fields there. So we finished working on that, had gotten it smoothed out, got water to it, and those were happy with it. So we'll be sending him the cooperation agreement that we're gonna work out, so he can add to it, and it'll also be in your packet next month to, look at it, decide what you like about that.
Okay.
Okay? We had a complaint about the junk car behind Simlinger's, but the chief had gone through our ordinances, and I don't know if you've seen, but they put a tent over it, and that is allowable by our ordinance. To keep it out of sight, it says to any person conducting a business enterprise in compliance with existing zoning regulations, or replaces such vehicles behind screening of sufficient size, strength, and density, screen such vehicles from the view of the public, it's allowable. So it's been dealt with, okay, just so you know.
Where's that at?
Pardon?
Where's that?
Behind
Right
Simlinger's
here.
building on Schreiber Street.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, anyway, we had a complaint about that still being there, and I just wanted y'all to know it's been seen to, okay? Tax report. So you see that 98.67% of the budget has been collected. But see, this is why I'm talking about the delinquent and penalty. So we're just not hitting it because it's paid up front more than not nowadays. So that's nice. We're paid up front. The Phelps report, you see Braden's report. I don't know if y'all looked at the pictures, but that is amazing that those things can find all those problems without somebody having to climb up a pole. I think that's
All the
very-
drones, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're really finding, that's, to me, smart.
That says a lot of man hours.
I bet it does. Smart. The police report is here, 57 calls for service, 96 traffic stops, 49 citations. So he wasn't well this afternoon. Municipal court, well, we're in transition. I think she's just begun, and I think she's going to be here on Thursdays, is what I understand. I think so. But also, the tickets are going to be different now. Instead of it being a handwritten ticket, it's going to be generated out of the computer. So it's like a receipt, like you get probably everywhere else. So now we're going to have, and that's good because that already has Judge Canopy's name on it.
Good.
So that's real good. We had some problems, but hopefully that'll be what happens more times than not, because apparently some of the old tickets, of course, still had her name, Judge Tejada's name on it. And so she was getting called because her personal number was on there. So hopefully that's going to be straightened out. And then the waterworks report, you see all this, and I just want to give you Buck's report. He's gone to a class, that's why he's not here. Well 5 is online, pumping an average of 530 gallons per minute. Is that right, Dean?
Yes.
Okay. New cooling tower electrical will be completed maybe by the end of the week for Phelps to complete their installation of the transformers and killing the existing line. The auger system for the wastewater plant had concerns of height issues of unloading waste from auger spout, but no changes were made except for bar grade alterations of flowing channel.
The flow channel.
For excess water from backing up in the entry point. Final plans will be next week for building and delivery. The football field was finished along with the installation of a 2-inch water line. They were pleased with the results. Starting tomorrow, the sewer line replacement between Live Oak Street and Clucka. Approximately 250 feet of line will be replaced along Mesquite Street. And then the seal coat projects will be in July. But that, thinking that it's pumping over 50% more water than it did in 2021 is amazing. That's a lot of water. It did rain a lot, sure, but it's still a big difference. Anybody have anything else? Okay. I don't know if you just were visiting.
I apologize, I'm a little bit late, and if I could, I have some business cards I'd like to share. My name is Jillian, and I'm a field representative for the Monica De La Cruz campaign. So I wanted to make sure y'all have my contact information. I'm a little bit newer to the campaign, but want to be here, want to be available if y'all have any questions or comments.
Well, thank you. And if you want to sign in as far as attending tonight, that would be great.
Yes, ma'am, I did. Would it be okay if I pass these out to you?
I tell you what, if you want to just wait there when we adjourn, everybody can get one from you.
Fantastic, okay, thank you.
All right, I think that's it. So we're adjourned. Thank you very much for being here
Adjourned.
tonight. Enjoy your peanut butter.
Good.
I'll try.
Let's do it.
That's